Call this meeting here in City Council to order. Before we get started, we'll have a prayer followed by the pledge of allegiance to the flag. Our city manager, Mr. Mason, will you lead us in prayer, please?
Yes, sir. Bow our heads, please. Dear Lord, thank you so much for this beautiful day, for this weather, for allowing us to be here tonight and to celebrate your glory. We thank you for your blessings, those that we realize and those that we don't realize. We'd ask that you be with us tonight as we make decisions in the best interest of the city. Also be with our state and national leaders. Help lead, guide, and protect us in all that we do. In your name we pray. Amen. Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call the roll, please.
Brian Frost.
Here.
Tim Johnson.
Here.
Alicia Harris.
Here.
John Brackett.
Here.
Kenny Me.
Here. I'd like to declare a quorum. Motion to approve the minutes of the June 7, 2024 meeting. Motion by Councilman Johnson. Second by Councilman Brackett. Councilman Johnson.
No, sir.
Councilman Brackett.
No, sir.
Floor is open for discussion. Call the roll, please.
Brian Frost.
Yes.
Tim Johnson.
Yes.
Alicia Harris.
Yes.
John Brackett.
Yes.
Kenny Me.
Yes.
Motion carries. Motion to pay the bills.
Motion.
Motion by Councilman Frost.
Second.
Second by Councilwoman Harris. Councilman Frost.
No, sir.
Councilwoman Harris.
Yes.
Floor is open for discussion. Call the roll, please.
Brian Frost.
Yes.
Tim Johnson.
Yes.
Alicia Harris.
Yes.
John Brackett.
Yes.
Kenny Me.
Yes.
Motion carries. This time we'll hear from delegation. If you'd like to address this council, please come up to the podium, state your name, and limit your comments to 3 minutes.
I've got a couple of things I'd like to talk to the council about, if you don't care. Probably the last couple of weeks, actually this week, we had our 8U softball team, Coach Alan Hickman and Amy Neely's here tonight representing them. They'll be going to the state next week. And we have our 10U softball team with JoJo Edwards and their coaching staff will be going to the state too. Both of them's out west, Centerville and I think Collinwood. And we also have our baseball team, 10U baseball team. They play a tournament this week in Cofield, and they're hoping to get to go too. So was trying to figure out how some way the city can help them. And I don't know if I think everybody got a report that our tournament we done like last week, and we done real well on it. I was going to see if it would be okay if we could, maybe use some of that money, use that money to help support them. That's probably, if all 3 of them make it, that's probably going to be 33 different families going out there, staying in hotels. And I mean, probably each family just to get in the game every day is going to be $2,500. So we'll see if we can see if the council, how the council feel about that. And
Well, go ahead, Mason. We had already talked to city manager earlier before the meeting started. I think that's a great idea. I love the report and I love the net profit that we made on the tournament last week. So I think we're going to add something to the agenda, waive the agenda for later to make a motion.
Yeah, if the council would be okay with it, possibly we'd ask to maybe amend the agenda and discuss that at the end of our meeting.
Absolutely. We're supportive.
We're supportive.
okay. 2 positive things too. We got another 6U softball tournament this weekend. Like to have each one of them come down and support that one. Then we have our big state baseball tournament next weekend. That'll be all day Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and on Sunday too. So we got some things coming up. But I also like to introduce our new Assistant Parks and Rec Director, Zach Sterner. Zach got a lot of knowledge in sports and stuff, and I'm excited about having him. He's been with us for the last 2 weeks helping in these tournaments, and he's been a big help to me. But we got a lot of good things that's going to be coming out through there. It's glad to have Zach with us today. Thank you.
Welcome, Zach.
Welcome, Zach.
Hi, y'all know me, Barry Paulson with Darkest Entertainment. We just finished our Pyre Fest a few weeks ago. Just wanted to share the results from that. One, the show went really well. That was an accomplishment, especially with my husband going ahead in November. We wanted to thank the city for helping to maintain the road and cross-promoting with us, and also for the 2 loads of chips and mulch that we got. It's really helpful with all the rain. Rome Tourism, they helped us with our advertising, and BBB TV had us twice, and WBAR came on site between our shows and had several spots live, so that was great. The So patrons were happy, we had good reviews. There's on the back, there's a fan letter. There's a family that comes every time, and they have a special need daughter, and they feel the daughter is very discerning, and she always feels that loved and included, and so that means a lot to all of us. So as far as where people came from 26 different states. That was 4 more states than last year. So if you look at this picture here in the blue, that's where people came from. And then from within Tennessee, people came from 43 counties, mostly from Knoxville and Roane. And so the downside was this was the first time that we had rain or forecast of rain every single day, including 3 tornado events. We had some tents blown down, and so our attendance was off some because of that, but the show went really well. And so we'll start ramping up for our medieval fair in October, coming up pretty soon. So that's what we have. Thank you for your support.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else like to address council? Before we move on into reports and stuff, Charlie, I'm gonna get you one more time. We've got some things on our agenda that they may not want to stay the whole time. Will you introduce your teams? Who's going to the state? Who's the coaches? And real quick.
I'll introduce Alan Hickman, the head coach, and he can introduce everyone else. How's that?
All
I got all
right.
that one in.
Yeah, you did. But some of y'all that's been on the council for a while think you're seeing double. Getting 2 directors begging for money.
Thank you.
Hey, but we've got a awesome, fantastic ball team. These girls really put in a lot of work. In 4 games, we've outscored our opponent 43-15. I think they're going to go out to Centerville and really cause some problems. But the main thing we're looking for is making memories for a lifetime. But Amy Neely, she is an assistant coach with us. Not here, Trey Smith and Chris Stafford. But here with us, we got Allie Neely. You want to stand up? Kaylee Bowling, Ansley Forrester, and Ella Bluth, Ella Neely.
Okay, and our 10U baseball coach, Davis Cream, you want to come in and introduce yours? Davis went to the state, I think, at least the last couple of years, hasn't he?
Yeah, we're going on 4, so we appreciate the last few years. You guys have always helped us out, and it's always meant a lot. I know a lot of our families, they can't afford it, so it helps a lot. So, got Christian Pryor, he's my head or assistant coach. Augie Perez, and then we've got Michael Perez, Nolan Pryor, and then Landon Cream.
Who's the real coach, Charlie?
Yep.
Thank you for recognizing me.
And our,
I appreciate it.
She's kept looking at him.
and not here tonight, it's probably my fault they're not here, is the 10U softball coach, JoJo Edwards, and their team too. So we appreciate them.
Congratulations to all of you all.
Look forward to you all having fun on your trip. I know it's a lot of times it's once in a lifetime, and I've been a couple times, and just remember it's about having fun. Play the game and enjoy it. Softball and baseball is about having fun. I know sometimes we lose sight of that and we're just out there to win, but guys, go and have fun. Enjoy yourself. May not ever get this opportunity again, so represent the name that will be on your shirt, which is Harriman, and I know you will, and have a good time. We appreciate what you all do for us and for the representation that you give us, so thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we go on to reports. Mr. Rowley, Treasurer.
So I'll have more to say whenever we get to the budget, of course, but there is one thing I'd like to say, especially while he's here tonight, especially when there's a lot of folks around that have worked with him and know how special he is. And what I'd like to mention is, Charlie Jones took over Parks and Rec, I believe it was 5 years ago. Is that correct? About 5 years ago?
Right, 5 years.
And, I looked back at the data regarding the financial performance of the golf course, and I'm very pleased to announce that in the past 5 years, that the revenues from the golf course have almost tripled. And that is nothing short of miraculous in my opinion. And he definitely deserves to be recognized for that.
Got a great team up there. Great team.
That's all I have.
The attorney, Gavin.
Really no report from me tonight. We've been working on a zoning ordinance for transitional housing, which I'll have more to say about in the workshop afterwards. Nothing else from me tonight.
Anybody have anything for Gavin?
Thank you, Gavin.
City Manager, Mr. Mason.
No, our report is in the latest edition of the Direction, and I'll save it for our meeting in July and for our workshop.
All right, we'll go into the new business on the agenda. All right, first item, discuss and possibly approve ordinance 0624-01, an ordinance of the City of Harriman, Tennessee, adopting the annual budget for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2024, and ending June 30th, 2025. Motion to approve.
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Councilman Johnson, second.
Second.
Second by Councilman Frost. Councilman Johnson.
No, sir.
Councilman Frost.
No, sir.
Floor is open for discussion. There being none, call the roll.
Brian Frost.
Yes.
Tim Johnson.
Yes.
Alicia Harris.
Yes.
John Brackett.
Yes.
Kenyon Me.
Yes.
Motion carries. Next item, discuss and possibly approve the appointment of Lonnie Wright to the Harriman City Council to fulfill the term of Travis Jerome Kirkland. Motion to approve.
I'd like to, I mean, it's okay to, I mean, I don't want to make a motion, but I'd like to make a comment. Is that okay to do that? It was in my opinion that we were going to possibly get together and talk about some candidates. And I do have some criteria to make wonderful person. I'm not saying that, but that we were going to talk and maybe discuss a few candidates. And, you know, my opinion is, I'm asking if we could maybe put that on a later agenda, if at all possible, if everybody would go along with that, so we could maybe see who all. That's.
So you guys, you do whatever you want to do. It's the mayor's appointment.
Yeah, I know.
For you all to approve, but you all can hold it off and we can discuss it. I don't have a problem with it.
Well, I mean, something I'd like to maybe bring out in the workshop, or whatever. You know, of course, it is yours, but that way, you know, it'd be a close type of deal, so it don't sound derogatory or anything like that. But I'm just asking for a, you know, if we could put it on a future agenda, not far away.
I'll make that motion.
I'll make that motion.
Second?
Yeah, I'll second it. I mean, I'm not sure where I don't remember saying that we were going to discuss it. He's counsel and he feels like he's got some comments to make. We should listen to it. I mean, that's
Appreciate
my
that,
opinion.
Councilwoman Harris.
Got a motion, second? Any further discussion?
No, sir.
Any discussion? Floor is open for discussion. Call the roll.
Brian Frost.
Yes.
Tim Johnson.
Yes.
Alicia Harris.
Yes.
John Brackett.
Yes.
Kenyon Me.
Yes.
Motion carries. Next item. Well, there is no next item. It comes off too. Next item, discuss and possibly approve the bid for Lord Golf Designs for $208,000 for the Temperance Building restoration. That is using the grant.
Yes, sir. Recall 2.5 years ago, we received a historic preservation grant for the renovation of the Temperance Building, and this would be the next step. We've done the foundation, we've removed the asbestos and cleaned it. So the next step would be to repair and restore those windows. We have had, if you remember the email I sent probably a month ago, a year and a half, 2 years, trying to find somebody who can do this. And so they came before the Temperance Committee last week. They presented, and Temperance Committee, this is their recommendation, that this would come from the grant if it's approved by the council tonight. And that amount was included not only this year's budget, but also in the 2024-2025 budget. It's a amount of money from that grant that has to be spent by December 25th of 2025. So it comes from recommendation of the Temperance Committee.
Motion to approve? Motion. Motion by Councilman Frost, second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Johnson. Councilman Frost?
No, sir.
Councilman Johnson?
No, sir.
Floor is open for discussion.
Yeah, just, so Florida Golf Designs, is that the group that's actually going to be doing the work? Or do we need to approve? I just didn't understand the last part you had.
Yeah, Laura Golf Designs is a company out of Knoxville that have done, most recently did the Harriman Methodist Church behind us, restoration of those windows. They've done quite a few restorations in our area.
Okay, I just wanted the name.
Again, for reference, we had that out for bid. We had one that was local, it's $564,000. And another one that came for the Temperance Building, was going to do it for $59,000. We've not seen that person since. So this one we felt very solid about. It is a 50-50 grant, so it's just 50% of that the city be responsible for.
Any other discussion? Call the roll, please.
Brian Frost.
Yes.
Tim Johnson.
Yes.
Alicia Harris.
Yes.
John Brackett.
Yes.
Kenny Me.
Yes.
Motion carries. That's all we have on the agenda at this time. I ask council to waive the agenda rule to discuss the money for the ball teams.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Motion by Councilman Me, second by Councilman Brackett. Councilman Me? Councilman Brackett?
No, sir.
Floor is open for discussion on waiving the agenda rule. Call the roll.
Brian Frost.
Yes.
Tim Johnson.
Yes.
Alicia Harris.
Yes.
John Brackett.
Yes.
Kenny Me.
Yes.
All right. Charlie, have you got an amount that you're asking for? And are you taking it out of the money that you just raised?
Yeah, we raised, I think it's $8,002 in that tournament, so I'd like to take it out of everyone, hopefully pay for the rooms for each one of the teams that goes. All right, I think we're going to do a fundraiser this Saturday morning, do a roadblock, help raise some more money too, but that's what I'd like to do.
What's council's?
That, I mean, whether it comes from that fund or the general fund, we move it over, that'll be his problem. Because it runs into the same thing. If they raise, just because they raise the money, you can't spend it, you can't put it in a certain department, unfortunately, so.
I'll make a motion that the net profit that was made on the tournament be utilized to support the teams that are going to state tournament.
Okay.
I'll second it.
Yeah. Motion by Councilwoman Harris, second by Councilman Johnson to use the net proceeds funds in that, which is right a little bit over $8,000, to be used at the will of the rec director.
Yes.
Okay. For the ball tournaments. Any discussion?
No.
Any discussion, Councilman Johnson?
No, sir.
Floor is open for discussion.
Probably we do this for other stuff that money hadn't raised money for, so I don't know if it's something that we ought to look at in the future on a per kid thing. Of course, we've given some more, they're just a couple of them. But that's about 242 to 8,000. It's probably not a bad number, 250. Obviously, it doesn't matter for this one, I'm just saying we might have to come up with something.
For the formula for future.
Because if any of them keep winning, they might be back up.
Well, I think what we did last year, what we've done in the past is we've approved and paid for the hotel rooms at whatever price that may be. Some years, last year I think it was a little over $3,000 just for one team. So we've done that. And this year, I don't know that they've found the hotel rooms yet, because that was what we was going to do again, is do the hotel rooms, but I don't know that we found them, so that's what we're looking for. it may be more than $8,000 if you pay for 3 ball teams' rooms. That's the scary part. You may run into more money than what they've got, so I don't know. You're right.
That's all I have. I mean, they all better win and move on. That's what I'm saying.
But you're just saying for the future, we may need to have something lined up to say exactly, no matter what the cost is, so, yeah.
Charlie had mentioned something about possibly, getting together, and raising some extra, a little bit to kick in there with it. I think that's probably a good idea too, because you're exactly right. It could well be above and beyond that, so I think that's a really good idea.
Any other discussion? Call the roll, please.
Brian Frost.
Yes.
Tim Johnson.
Yes.
Alicia Harris.
Yes.
John Brackett.
Yes.
Kenny Me.
Yes.
Motion carries. That's all we have on the agenda. We're going to council remarks. Councilman Frost. No, sir. Councilman Johnson. No, sir. Councilman Harris.
No, sir.
Councilman Brackett.
No, sir.
Councilman Meade.
No, sir.
That being it, the motion to adjourn. Motion from Councilman Johnson, second. Second, Councilman Frost. All in favor, aye. Any opposed, like sign.